Hi everyone, today I'm talking about the Fang stocks, and I'm going to be rating the Fang stocks from my number 5 to my favourite Fang stock. Just to let you know, if you're not sure what Fang means, the Fang is made up of, well, it used to be 4 companies, but it's now 5. We've got Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. So those are the 5 companies. It used to only be the 4, but now it's the 5. 2 A's, Amazon and Apple. So I'm going to rate them from my least favourite to my favourite, and I'll talk a few reasons why. Number 5, starting off, if you watched my last video, you probably know why. I won't go into too much detail because I talked about it on the last video. But my number 5 position is Netflix. Basically just because it's slightly overvalued for me. Well, slightly, I mean big time. And we saw how much it's overvalued by that earnings report coming out, how much it affected the stock, how much that earnings per share is just crazy, how much the PE is just crazy. For me, it's just a company that I would not get in anytime soon. It would probably it'd be one of the first stocks that I would short if a recession happened. If we had a crash, Netflix would definitely be one that I short because it'll get affected big time. Just not one that I really like at all. Number 4, you could probably guess this from what I've just said about Netflix. My number 4 position is Amazon. Same again. I would invest in Amazon more than likely if there was a bit of a dip. It's growing at a good rate. They're investing into good places, but still, it is slightly of a high PE for me. A very expensive stock for what it is. As well, gone up crazy, gone up big time. It does smash a lot of earnings report, but same again, if Amazon ever missed an earnings report, we'll probably have the same thing on Netflix. It would go down big time. But it is a good company. How it's pretty much taken over the world. But Amazon and Netflix are just 2 slightly overvalued stocks for me to be getting in at any time soon. And we'll go on to number 3. Now number 3. I had to think about this slightly, but if you watch a lot of my videos, you can probably guess which one I'm going to be going with, and that is Apple. The reason why Apple gets over Amazon Netflix is it's a lot cheaper stock. The balance sheet is very good on Apple. A lot of spare cash. I'd like to see Apple invest in a few things, as I think a lot of the world around it is catching up now. It's got a lot of competitors, people aren't changing the phones as much. Apples and Macs and all that, you know, they're good sales, but they're not growing at any great rate. The iPhone sales are slowing down, they continue to slow down as people stop updating the phone as much. So the only really big thing really for Apple is that they've got the services, which is growing at a great rate, but to just be relying on that one thing, I'd like them to have 2 big growing things there, just like how they had their iPhone and something else. Maybe invest in something, I don't know. Good dividend though. Nice PE ratio. Overall, if Apple did have a dip, I'd get into it, but it wouldn't be my number 1 choice to be investing in. I think there's still a few questions how they're going to develop other areas of the business. But the services is definitely a very good side. And yeah, Apple overall, a really good company. A little bit wary about the future and where exactly it's going to go. But yeah, if Apple ever had a dip, it went down 10%, 20%, I'll definitely hold and get a position in there. But it's not one that I would get into if it wasn't on sale. Number 2, I had to think about this a little bit. This was the hardest positions that I had to choose. Number 2 was Google. Now, Google has always been known for the search engine, but it's definitely extended past that now. YouTube now is going to be massive for Google, as well as the adverts. The adverts that it's going to get from YouTube is going to be really good. Google is definitely one of those companies I'd be looking into investing in. The YouTube side is insane. We're going to see a lot more growth on that side. You know, it's quite a young generation that watches YouTube, so an audience will build up more and more as the current generation that's between 15, even younger, 15 to 30 that watch a lot of YouTube. as that generation gets older, the younger generation will also watch it, so the views will go up, meaning the adverts will get more expensive. So a really good company, one that I'm looking at investing in towards the future, maybe towards 2019. So that leaves number 1, which obviously you'll be able to guess now. And for me, Facebook is a really, really good company right now. It's got a few questions how it's going to carry on building in the future. But when you look at Facebook, you're getting WhatsApp, you're getting Instagram, you're getting the actual, obviously Facebook. Users are slowly declining on joining the apps, but we've not seen the full potential yet of how it's going to use a lot of the advertising. You look at the PE, really good PE. You look at how much Facebook's still growing. You know, we're in double-digit growth on the EPS. We've got double-digit growth on the revenue. So if Facebook carries on hitting all them targets, then it's really good stock to be invested in. It's a little bit high for me now. I think it's sitting around about the 207 mark as I'm recording this video. If I was to get in Facebook, I would like it to be probably around the 190 mark. But overall, yeah, a great company, probably the best on here. Just been on a bit of a good growth rate at the moment. Same with Google, same with Facebook. 2 companies that I'm watching really closely to be investing in for these 2. Like I say, if the opportunity came up for Apple, I'd probably invest in it. But they are definitely the 2 favourite on this list for me. Apple behind it, but still a good company. And Amazon, Netflix for me, not really investable. Amazon I might consider, but definitely not Netflix. So those are my ratings of the Fang stocks, guys. Comment below how you would rate the Fang stocks, what order you would put them in, and I'll see you on the next video, guys.